Take yourself off. All right. Welcome to the Backlog Chronicles. We're a podcast that challenges fanboy beliefs and takes a pragmatic approach to all things gaming. We strive to create a community for self-thinking fellow individual gamers, a community where logical conversation can take place and a drive to further one's knowledge of gaming can be sparked. Without any fanboy nonsense. Take a seat. The show's about to begin. Thank you guys for being with us. Let's... I had to redo that intro, man. It just didn't,
It's okay.
I had to do it, man. I had to.
You do it the first time, you get better and better. You shake it up.
I feel you, I think that is true. How is everyone doing today, baby? Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thanks. Oh,
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to everybody and to everyone that's with us. Thank you guys for joining us. This is TBC 47. 47. Yes, 47.
yes.
Okay. Okay. Hey, Bud, my boy, freaking Ains, Bud.
What up, Ains?
What's up, everyone? Thank you guys for coming out. Wild Boy, Shizno, everybody else. Yes, happy Sunday. Thank you for joining us once again. We got a lot to go over today. I feel like because I was on Ains' show yesterday, man. It's like there's so many of the same topics that we're just gonna be playing again or talking about again. But I'm Mo. I'm Dr. Mo Kalma. I'm here with my brothers. First off, Kevin, sir, how you doing? K-Man?
Good man. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited. It was a good game in a good week in gaming for me. So I got some game time in.
I'm glad to hear that, good. Man. That's awesome. Man. That's awesome, dude. Good shit. We're also here with our brother, community member, fellow healthcare provider, the sexiest porn star on Twitter, Mr. Jordan. Oh, man, he even threw up the salute.
Wow. Damn.
What's up, baby?
What's up, man? Oh, man, thanks for having me, man. I'm so excited to be here. Yeah, like Kevin said, it's been a great week for gaming. And I'm just going to go ahead and announce to everybody here that even cares, this guy secured a PlayStation 5. So,
excellent, Jordan.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
my man is spreading his wings. He is a multi-platform gamer. My man.
So, Jordan, is this your first? When was the last time you had a PlayStation or both consoles or anything like that?
This will be the first PlayStation I've ever owned. I've only played on it at my buddies. So yeah, this will be my first owned PlayStation, dude.
Okay, but you are familiar with stuff and have played exclusive games on that console. Yes. Oh my gosh, that is cool, Jordan. Dude, I'll be like, dude, play this game. Dude, play this game.
That's basically gonna be it. It's like Bloodborne, Returnal, God of War. It's gonna be all that.
Yes, dude. Yes, nice.
Oh man, oh god, that's
super
awesome,
exciting.
Man. Oh, man, the best freaking comment right here, man. Where the hell is it?
Fucking Ains, dude.
Just Jordan's already further in Returnal than I
am. Hasn't even gotten his console yet.
It's probably true.
Oh man, that is amazing. Oh god, everybody, thanks for being with us, man. Doom, Sarko, Boogie.
What's up, Doom?
Good to see you guys, man. And then, last but not least, my man Machine Gun Mike. What's up, baby?
Nothing much, Mo. I'm chilling like a villain over here.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm very good, actually. I probably did a little bit of a no-no when it comes to us hardcore fans, hardcore gaming fans, you know what I'm saying? And I might feel judged for it today, but it's all good. But when it comes to that specific Resident Evil game, I must tell everybody that I watched a good amount of it on YouTube because I didn't play it, because I didn't think the purchase was worth it. But that was probably the only good, new big thing that happened to me this week. But you know what, man? I must say that, it made me feel good as I was, watching all this shit, right? But yeah, in terms of the week, I've been good. I've been great. I've been really hitting that next gen FOMO, like as Oddworld, Returnal. These like little things are coming out. Like this week, I thought about it more than, and I think because we've been talking to Jordan and all that shit and all that kind of stuff. Like, I think I've had it more this week, and it will just begin to snowball from here on out.
It's gonna intensify, man.
Yeah. So it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, like all it probably takes is like that one good game, or even that one good game announcement where it's like, all right, let's start actively looking for these next gens. You know what I mean? But yeah, besides that, all good, man. How are you, Mo? What have you been up to?
Good to hear, dude. Good to hear, baby. I'm good, man. I'm good. Just another week. Mother's Day today. Been playing Resident Evil. Hasn't really been much of an eventful week, man. I was on SG yesterday with Ains and the guys, and that was a good time. At least that's probably been like the highlight of my week up until today. You know what I mean? So, yeah, dude, that's honestly been it, man. It hasn't really been much. It's been kind of a mundane week, to be honest with you. So, but yeah, dude. So now, before we dive in, our usual bullshit, I will start with Kevin first. Kevin, what have you been playing? I know what you've been playing. Motherfucker,
yeah,
I don't even know if you breathed this weekend, considering that you...
Dude, I had to get
9 hours of Hood is insane.
You played 9 hours of Hood!
We had a miscommunication where I was trying to get a refund for Hood, since we decided we're not really going to play it's Hood, Outlaws, and whatever. Not that it's a bad game, just there's no time for it. But they thought I had played 9 hours, when I was really referring to Resident Evil Village, which I played about 9 hours worth and just got done today after I thoroughly wore my wife out by cooking and doing all sorts of awesome, kind things.
You gotta watch your words, homie.
I know.
This is the internet after all.
I know that's gonna get edited. But yes, Resident Evil Village. Yeah, I picked it up. I wasn't able to play it on Friday. So really, yeah, I played most of the day yesterday, and some this morning, and finished off. Short, amazing. I enjoyed it. I might run through it again. I don't know. Lots of collectibles, and the way that you can open up all sorts of shit at the end. But yeah, man, I fucking enjoyed it. I think we're all kind of playing it here to some extent, even if some of us are just watching videos on it. But that's okay. That's okay. That's okay, Mike. But it's a beautiful game. I'm excited. I'll let other people talk about it. I don't want to steal the thunder from everybody. But visually, I feel like they need like an exploratory mode. I would love to just like walk around without having to fucking do anything and just look at all the caverns and shit. I mean, that'd be pretty sweet.
It's an RE engine, dude. It
was nice. Very sexy.
Man. See what you started. Look what you did, Kevin. See, look at Boogie right here, man. Bowchick. You see what I'm saying, man?
Yeah.
I told you, bro. You just say one thing and everybody. Yeah. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right, Boogie. You had every right to that comment.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. It's all true. All the rumors are true.
All the rumors are true, man. They are. Jordan, what about you, brother? What's going on with you? What are you playing? I know what you.
Man. You know.
Talk to me, bro.
It's a formality.
Besides the fact that you locked up a PS5, what else are you playing, man?
Yeah, man. So part of why, to those that don't know, I convinced with that I had to get a PlayStation because of Returnal, and I had so much FOMO with the whole roguelike thing that I started playing some older ones, Enter the Gungeon, Dead Cells, and yeah, so I convinced myself I'm buying one. So yeah, I was lucky enough to do that. But amongst all that, though, I have mostly been playing Resident Evil Village. Ains and I were in a chat last night, and we were basically playing like almost like in sync as far as our progression. So we were just like, "Hey, did you check that out?" No, I didn't check that out. Oh my god, I got scared over here. I'm prepared now for this. But yeah, Resident Evil is special, man, and we'll talk more about it later. But
yeah,
but I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, it is, man. It is special. And even Ryan over here, my man Cloud, he said The RE engine is god tier. We've been talking about that all way. I mean, really, since the game came out, it's incredible. Capcom should just sell the engine. Everybody just make your games with it. It's gonna look and perform well. That's for damn sure. Honestly, man. Wild Boy 2, he's not playing Resident Evil Village. He's no lifing it. You know what, man? That takes a lot, dude. I'm very proud of you. But that's what the game does to us, dude. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Michael.
Yo.
What about you, man?
What have I been playing lately? Let's see. So I
Not
watched
what have you been watching? What have you
I know. I wanted to get the minor category out of the way, so I watched Resident Evil 8. I've been playing Dragon's Dogma. Let me tell you a little bit about this game real quick. I feel like this is a game that not a lot of people saw coming or that seen or something, because there's a fan base that is just balls deep in this game. They're like, apparently there's like a wild story. Like, dude, it literally reminded me of The Witcher, Dark Souls, and Devil May Cry put into one game. I know, and you're like, what the fuck is that? Or what are you talking about? You know, but I don't know. Like, square is light, triangle is heavy, R1 and triangle is your special move, whatever. You got 3 other players on the field, and these players can be a roguelike with bow and arrows and daggers, a fighter like you, or a mage. Okay, so on top of all that, it's open world. On top of all that, a mage, when she's like leveled up and she's like busting out her like ice attacks, dude, it's like huge tree trunks that like change the landscape, and like you fight dragons, knights, like there's so many different enemy types. It's incredible. And I played it when it first came out, and I was like, yo, this theme song jams, you know, whatever. And it's like hyper anime style or whatever. But like I just was not like vibing it at the time. And now that I've like kind of put into it, I got so far into the game that once I started figuring shit out, that I wanted to restart my save file because I knew I fucked up. If that, you understand? Because it's an RPG, right? And it goes up to like 200 levels or whatever it is. And it's like hardcore. A dragon steals your heart. Like the very first moment of the game, you're in a cave. Boom. Red dragon, flames. Epic, bro. It's epic. And
That's
it's like
good shit,
literally,
man.
dude, it is. It's that vein of super fantasy and knights, but it's not as hard as Dark Souls. And it's like, I don't know. It's just as button mashy, and like you can jump and you can climb on monsters and like, you know, do the thing. I was killed by this Cyclops. I was climbing on his back, and he grabbed me, and he like shook me, and then he fucking bit me in half. And I was like, that was like my first death, and I was like, this is fucking lit, dude. Yeah. There's so much to it, man. I was just super impressed. And then I feel like I have like gone into my senior year of school or college or whatever in my Mortal Kombat like way. I've been like really into that game lately, man. I can't even tell you, bro. Watching pro tournaments and shit, and like learning my frames and stuff. And last night I just had this thought. I was like, I leveled up, dude. Like mentally, like I am a better fighter than I was yesterday. So I got on. I fought this Sub-Zero who was like level fucking 45, and I'm only like level 30 or whatever. Doesn't really matter. It just shows you how long you've been playing the game.
Yeah.
And so it's basically Mortal Kombat is this mix up of rock, paper, scissors, pipe, for example. You know what I'm saying? If he does something, you can counter it with something else. If he blocks, you can counter it, you know, and it's this fast pace, like bam, 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 right? And so because you're fighting a human, they end up getting like rhythms and like muscle memory type of things down. And that's the whole like fight game. You know what I mean? And so he was trying to go overhead. You have to high block, whatever. He beat me. And then after he beat me, I was like, I know your rhythm. I know what you got going, Sub-Zero. I get it. You're motivated from the movie. And I was playing Noob Saibot. Because Sub-Zero dies, it becomes Noob Saibot. So it was just like, it was gold, bro. It was poetry in motion, son.
Good shit,
He beats
man.
me. I whoop his ass. We end up going 3 matches, and I end up whooping his ass, rank up. That was a highlight of my gaming, man. And I was just like, I'm ready to go again. That shit gets my heart pumping more than Warzone, bro.
I mean, I think my heart's pumping right now.
Dude,
Just hearing this,
it's amazing. It's great stuff,
Something's
man.
pumping.
Absolutely.
Something is pumping.
Yo, man,
But yeah,
you
it's good,
gotta You got a few people, yeah, man. Even Jay Games, welcome to the show, man. He's asking right here. Oh shit, my bad. Nope, not here. Not you, Boogie. All right, me. Jay Games. He's asking, what game were you talking about, dude? You really sold him, Dragon's Dogma, man.
Dragon Dogma or
Spit
Mortal
that
Kombat
poetry,
11.
baby.
Either one, man. Either one.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. What
Look
about
at
Well,
you?
it sounds like you had a good time.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
bro. Well, it's like when I'm in this chair, shit changes. Okay, you know.
Damn.
You know JP from Grandma's Boy, and he's like a robot or whatever. Y'all seen Grandma's Boy?
I have no idea, homie. I have no idea.
Gentlemen,
You're missing out. You gotta watch
it's
Grandma's
literally
Boy, but it's
the
not
best video game movie ever.
Yeah, the
Really?
movie's just not
It's a
appropriate
video
at all.
game.
I've
It's
never
not
heard of it
appropriate,
before.
but it's about people who work at. It's the Adam Sandler crew, you know, his like group of comedians.
Okay.
And they make a game, or they're
Okay.
like they work in the industry, and it's like
All
a
right.
comedy of that, and it's
Okay.
it's good.
I got you.
It's good.
Maybe
shit.
I'll check it out. I just think Adam Sandler hasn't been funny since The Water Boy. But
He's not in the movie. He's not in the movie. It's the other. It's
probably
like his
why.
crew.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
Sarko. Shit. Oh, look at that, man. Even Sarko's calling me out. Right here, man.
Unsubscribe.
All right, man. Oh my God. Even Boogie. Look at this, man. Holy shit. I am missing
You're
out.
missing out,
I'm
man.
sorry, guys. Damn. Okay. I'm gonna watch it. Oh damn. Maybe I'll watch that tonight. Or maybe not, because I might be playing Resident Evil.
Or maybe, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's great,
You know
man.
better.
I know, I do know better. Me really quick. Again, Village. I'm 3 hours in. I'm really fucking early. The OCD's kicking in with that whole blue room, red room thing. Jordan knows
Okay.
about it. You know, me
yeah.
and him and Ains were together in a party chat last night, and I kept telling him every time I walked in the room, I'm like, "Is it supposed to stay red? How can I turn
Yeah.
this blue?
Yeah.
Is there a stone I can find?"
Every
Yeah,
5 minutes.
Yeah, that game is really going to. Oh shit, man! Look at this, man. Everybody's just unsubbing. Come on, dude. I thought you liked me,
Come
man.
on.
All right, guys. I swear to you, I'm gonna watch Grandma's Boy. Mike, what did you do to me here, man?
It's the way
I-
you just nonchalantly dismissed
know,
the
I
epicness
know.
of Grandma's Boy.
Apparently so, man.
Yeah.
Guys, I
Damn,
humbly
dude.
apologize, but I will not. But I will definitely not dab, and I will
And then now,
watch it.
now we're in the position where it's like if I try to persuade you to watch it by describing how epic the movie is, you'll end up watching it and you'll be like,
Yeah.
"This is what he's talking about."
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna do that. It's a good
Don't
movie,
get your
Mo.
hopes up.
It's not that good, but it's okay. Might check it out. Whatever.
Oh, these guys are fucking with me, aren't they? That's
Yeah, it's
exactly
not
what's
that
going on. Oh, this is terrible, man. I feel bad. Grandma's Boy will be watched before RE8. Oh shit, man, that's debatable. Oh shit, man. All right, well, Jay, you know what, man? You're not the only one. I'm glad to see. I'm glad to see that there's someone else here,
There
man.
you
to
go,
see this
okay.
damn movie.
Right on.
Fucking Grandma's Boy. All right. So yeah, Village for me. I shelved Returnal for now, because I just had to shelf Returnal and I suck, and I'm still on the second biome. I mean, it's always like in and out of of the news, depending on because of the the patches and the problems that it's had, and it's really a damn shame. The game is a very good game, man. Obviously there's people that haven't played it. The people that were affected by everything that's going on, that really sucks. I mean, me personally, my own personal experiences, I never had a crash. I never had a crash, and the whole saving thing, I never got far enough to even freaking save. I think I used the suspend state maybe like the first night, but outside of that, like, I mean, it's just, whatever. And I really haven't played it in a few days. So all the shit that happened with the patches and whatnot, I haven't really been privy to it. But I know Graham here, he lost all of his progress, man. His save file. Yeah, his save file got corrupted, but he fucking champed it out, dude. He went right back to the 4th biome. Graham, I salute you,
Whoa.
bro.
Wow.
Yeah, that was some good shit, man. Yeah, he did. He powered through it. But
Oh, for you.
oh yeah, man, pour one out for him. But he
It's all that
did
muscle
it, man.
memory.
Yeah,
It's easier now.
Crazy.
and then then Village, awesome. We'll discuss it later. That's honestly been it, man. I also tried that game, Descenders. The one with the bike where you go downhill.
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah, I've
really,
played that.
dude. It's like it's therapeutic,
fun.
man.
It is.
It's really therapeutic. I played it last night for like a half hour, 45 minutes ish. I'm like, hey,
What is this? What is this game?
it's a Game Pass game actually, Mike. You can download it. It's called Descenders. I don't know what it is, but it's literally just like this blocky figure, and you're on a bike and you're just going downhill, and it's just like an obstacle course kind of, but the obstacle course is the mountain. You know, I mean, and you have to and then there's like different time trials and things like that. But it's really pretty chill to play, man. When you feel like playing video games, but you don't want to play video games, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's the exact type of game that would be good for it. So, all right, let's get into it, gentlemen. Let's get into it. First order of business is the FPS boost on the Xbox. This week they added 70 new games, over 70 new games on the Series X and the Series S, and there's a total now of 97 games that employ FPS boost, and some of them are pretty cool. The ones that they added this week, Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, Assassin's Creed Ezio Collection, Assassin's Creed Unity. They added Anthem, Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. There's a long list of the games that they added, but this is another. Yeah, man. Again, we have 97 games that are available just already on FPS Boost, or that employ FPS Boost, and we're only 6 months into this cycle, which is fucking amazing. You're probably looking at, by the end of the year, we're probably going to have 200 games. It's not really unrealistic to think that there might be about 200 games that employ it. So. Yeah, man, I'm actually happy about it. The biggest reason this week was because I was telling Jordan about this, because we both have the Ezio collection, for the Assassin's Creed Ezio collection, but we didn't want to go back and revisit it because it was in 30 FPS. Now that one stayed at 1080p, but they at least boosted it to 60 FPS, which is fucking awesome.
Damn, that was literally like 2 weeks ago. That conversation,
yes,
wasn't it? And you were like, "This fucking sucks." You were like, "I cannot play this shit."
Yeah, it was like a little over a month ago, but
and
whatever.
What do you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was. I mean, it was very recent, and now all of a sudden, now they brought it into 60, so that's pretty cool. And
does it look weird?
I haven't seen it
with
yet.
The old graphics. Okay.
No, I haven't personally seen it yet, but it's still at least in 1080p, because that's the way that they did release it. For the last gen. This was the only thing I was telling Ains about this yesterday on Season Gaming. Some of the games I didn't know that some of the games in terms of resolution would be downscaled. Like Anthem, for instance. Like, my understanding was that games like like Anthem. Okay, Anthem on Xbox One X, it was enhanced for the One X, so it ran in 4K. Granted, it was 30 FPS, but 4K, HDR, blah blah blah. And now apparently Anthem's been kicked down to 1080p, but it's running in 60 FPS. And I didn't know that they were actually doing that, because I'm pretty sure if the One X can handle 4K 30, then clearly the Series X can handle 4K 60, is what we're expecting, at least. But I didn't know that they would actually be doing that, and the reason why is because when they first started the FPS boost, if you guys remember, when Far Cry 4 and the Watch Dogs 2, they both stayed at 900p, which was the native resolution that they were released on the Xbox One. Right, they both stayed at 900, but they at least got the benefit from the FPS boost. So it's cool, it's great, it's awesome, it's an amazing feature for anybody who wants to use it, including myself. But what do you think, Kevin? You're gonna be using this soon, man, because for any of your older games?
I will. I don't know that it's gonna be the single reason for me to want to go back and play something, but. If I were waiting on a game, I definitely appreciate the FPS boosts. I don't replay too many games, but I could see myself, getting into, like, I went back to Prey for a little bit to check it out, with the FPS boost. So I could see myself doing that for some of these games. I think it's good. Anthem was kind of the outlier with the res drop. Usually, from what I've seen, the res stays the same, and they just unlock that frame rate. But it's good to see, the Series X and the S and the power that they have being used to, make some of these old games run a little better. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know that it's it's gonna be like I said, something that brings me to a game. But you know, like some of those Assassin's Creeds, I have not played yet. So I may jump back in there and grab that collection when it's on sale and maybe play a few. Because I think I've played 1 and Origins and Odyssey, and I missed 2 and 3 and Rogue and fucking Syndicate and all that. So yeah, I'm excited about it. It's always good news.
Yeah, man, no, that's good. And then we also have over here, apparently Far Cry 5. Yeah, that's what Shizno was saying here. Apparently Far Cry 5 drops resolution.
Nice.
I haven't tried it myself, but
Okay.
I don't know why. It's fucking 900. Like, I mean, where else? How much lower are you gonna go?
Yeah, what's it go to 720?
But yeah, man. So, Jordan, what about you, man? Besides Assassin's Creed, anything else excites you on that list?
Yeah, no, I mean, like Kevin said, like it brought me back to Prey, because when I was playing that game, just like Kevin was saying, it was so hard to navigate combat at times because you're trying to swing this wrench at these weird tentacle monsters at 30 frames, and it's just awkward. But it definitely brought me back to the game. I was finishing up my second playthrough. I think it was a couple months ago, and I meant to go through Moon Crash again too, but then all these new games are coming out, so it definitely helps to kind of preserve your existing library of features. And then for people that haven't played the games before, they can go into it with this best version of it, and experience it that way. Like I was testing out Anthem just to kind of see what it looked like, because I still have not really sunk my teeth into that game. And yeah, it runs at 60 frames, but it is a little bit muddy. It is a bit muddy.
Yeah.
But it runs beautifully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
I like
absolutely.
it.
It's good shit to have, man.
Why are y'all
Yeah.
checking out these trash fucking games like Anthem, boys?
Hey,
Just kidding. You know my love for Anthem, baby. But I just find it cool that it's like, hey, I want to check out Anthem. Like,
better watch that line, boy.
you know what I mean? I don't know. I just find it's cool that it's like people actually liked Anthem enough, despite what happened to it, to be like, oh, it looked good enough to go check back out again. So yeah, I like that.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? The visuals were never an issue with the game. The game, no one ever said the visuals were bad.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous. It was great to control. It was fun to play. There was just nothing to fucking play. They just didn't
nothing to
provide.
fucking
Yeah,
do.
that was really the problem with the game. But skeleton wise, it was there. It was definitely there. But yeah, man. Look at Sarko over here. He's like, what looks great? FPS Grandma's boy. Oh shit, man, that's awesome.
Damn, they're not gonna let you live that one down.
No, they won't, man. They won't. Mike.
It's a shitty movie, dude.
Yeah, I know. Thanks for being. No, I appreciate your honesty, man.
Hey, man. It's not.
After you sold the entire chat on it, and all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, by the way, it's a shitty movie."
I'm just setting you low, so when you see it, you're like, "Yo, trust me on this, bro." It's a good movie.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, well, so after that, the next thing would be we have PlayStation. So apparently PlayStation is partnering up with Discord. This was announced on the PlayStation blog. They have a new partnership with Discord. Obviously, Discord is the popular communication service, which is apparently they're going to integrate the social experience on PlayStation beginning early next year. Look, for me personally, I didn't really care. I know it's going to be great. I'm not really a big Discord user. So me personally, it doesn't affect me much, because man, I'm very simple whenever we jump on, whether it's on PlayStation or Xbox, turn on the fucking, just get in a party chat and let's just talk shit all night while we're playing, as far as the other social aspects, I'm not really, too into it, but it does seem like that it's something that's going to be great, and hopefully, they'll be able to. If Sony thought that it was something that was worth investing to, just like there was rumors that Microsoft was investing into it as well, then yeah, definitely there should be some enhanced social features, of which obviously we've yet to see. But I just wonder whether this is also going to. So is this just for the social features, or is this also going to improve the party chat? Kevin, maybe you and whichever one of you guys.
I didn't. I didn't hear exactly, any specifics as to what
They didn't
going.
provide.
Yeah, they didn't provide. I could only hope. Discord came in and really kind of disrupted that TeamSpeak dominated industry, and they've done a lot of good. They tried a couple things with games that failed. They're trying to weave in some value to their Nitro service and shit. But I mean, it's a good product. It's got solid audio, tech, and I can see PlayStation needs some help with their party chats. I don't think that they're up to snuff for to compete with Microsoft at this point. And any help would be nice. I don't know what the collaboration is going to entail, but it can't hurt. And I would honestly love to see Discord integration across all platforms, because it is available on a phone. So then you could ditch the fucking in-game party chat if you don't want that shit, like in Call of Duty or something, if you're cross-playing or Fortnite or whatever, and just use Discord. Plus your PC friends are going to be using Discord because that's really just kind of what people use now. So yeah, no, I don't know, man. I'm interested to see into what that, that stake that they have now, and
yeah, they have that's a minority stake, I think.
Yeah, and it's like they're pumping some extra cash towards them, which is awesome. So yeah, no, that's great for Discord. I mean, those guys definitely worked hard to get that product to where it's at, and just kind of it grew organically. I'd like to see that. It wasn't. It was small and became a thing. So yeah, it's exciting.
Sweet, bro. Kevin or Jordan, where you at with this, man? What do you think of Discord coming in and partnering up with PlayStation, which you will soon own, you multi-platform gamer?
I love to hear it. If you guys recall, the last time I was on the show with you guys, we were talking about the Microsoft and Discord deals in the talk of them. Here I am back now. It's like, no, that fell through. It's PlayStation.
Dude, that's right.
Right?
Yes.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, man. See how shit just flipped?
Yeah. So like Kevin was saying, we don't really know enough about what this partnership really means. But if anything, and this is all just from anecdotal experience that you guys have shared, because it sounds like the PlayStation party system is a nightmare. I hope that this does have some sort of impact on that, and if not, then like Kevin was saying, there could be some sort of integration that we start to see across all platforms.
It would be nice. It's not. God, the UI is just fucking awful. It took me like 3 or 4 minutes to figure out how to do, and it was a cool feature, to do that share play with Mike so that he could check out Returnal. And I had to go into fucking game base, and then I had to get to 88 miles an hour, and go into break the space time continuum, and then we had to click on a menu and then come out of the menu and then go back in the menu, and it was obscene, dude. No, this is dumb. So yeah, the party chats are kind of in that same realm where it's too hard. It's not that it's not doable, right? I mean, we're not fucking stupid, but it's harder than it needs to be. And when I get on there and I'm lit, and I just came back from a bender and I just want to party chat with my boys, it's tough.
Angels mentioned it. Don't get me most started on party chat, dude.
Yeah,
the one thing that we always give credit to PlayStation on, at least with the PS5 with their new interface, is when you want to share stuff. If you want to share a video or screenshots or whatever, it's so easy. It's so easy the way they made it. But party chats and just kind of it's not really to make it sound dramatic, but it's just these little annoying extra steps that are completely unnecessary. For instance, we're in a party chat on one night, right? The next night, we want to get in a party chat. If you start a party, let's say I wanted to start a party and invite Ains in, right? It'll say that I'm in a party chat with him, but it'll be the one from yesterday, even though he's not in it and I'm not in it. But it says that the one from yesterday is still active. So I have to go back to that one, leave it again, okay, and then start a new one and add him to it or some shit like that. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Usually I just let him do it. And yes, bro, you did get me started.
Yeah, no, it's fucking obnoxious. So you
Yeah,
said
it's
that
very
sharing
annoying, yeah.
sharing screenshots and video is easy, but I press that same fucking button and I can't share play with Mike. No, that's a whole other fucking share menu somewhere,
Yeah,
not under their share button. You got a fucking button, but you didn't fucking use it.
But
Why?
is that because he's on PS4? Or
I don't
does
know.
that
I think
not matter?
no. I think the option wasn't even there. Like, this is before I even clicked on his name and shit.
Okay.
You know, so I thought for sure that share play would be under the share button where you share everything else, but no, it's not. So yeah, weird fucking design choices there. Like, where the fuck is it now? Oh, it's under game base. Of course, it's under game base. Because what does game base mean to me? Nothing. Game base means nothing.
Just let me turn
I'm
off
gonna,
just let me
Sorry,
turn off the
I'm
fucking
done.
console by holding
I'm
down
done.
the middle button.
I'm
man.
done.
Give us
I'm done.
some,
I'm
man.
done.
I'm going to cancel my order. I'm just going to stay with that.
I enjoyed it. Like, yeah. No. Party chat
this.
problems? No way. No way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike, where you at with Discord, man? I know you use a lot of that shit, so is that something that excites you?
I mean, I don't use it. I just have it, and I've been like,
All right, well,
I
fuck
don't know.
my life.
I have a familiar, like, I have a little bit of familiarity.
All right,
with
we don't
it,
care
and
anymore,
that's
Mike.
it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's about as much I care for it. It'll be weird how they implement shit.
Okay.
I love
Oh,
you,
you know,
Mike.
they're gonna implement it, and stuff. We'll see.
and stuff and
stuff and things.
other stuff too, you know.
No, but I think once they once we actually have something, solid in terms of like what they're gonna do, I think that's really ideally is what'll excite people. Right now, like, we're just talking about an announcement, that's why we're not really getting into like, oh hey, what are they gonna do? What can they do? Like, we don't fucking know, so. And we're not really the National Enquirer, so we're not going to sit here and speculate as to what it is.
Hopefully they're trying to fix that party chat problem with it. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
hope so.
Fucking A.
You know.
What do you mean?
Let's hope so, man.
So it'll
Hey,
be like a aim room.
Diego.
Diego, brother, good to see you, man. You know what, Diego? There is nobody that I would be more proud of to call me a loser than you, my friend. So, welcome aboard. Okay, so really quick to go over it. So Sony Interactive Entertainment, they trademarked Sunset Overdrive in the US. That's it. No details, nothing else. It was just a trademark that was put in, right? Obviously, everyone's imaginations went wild. A lot of people are very fond of Sunset Overdrive, specifically the Xbox crowd that played it. Obviously, it was one of the early. It was actually was it a launch title for the Xbox One? I can't remember. Was it a launch title, or did it come out a few months after?
I swear it was a launch title.
I
don't think it was a launch title, man. Because I remember I picked up Dead Rising, and I picked up Rise Son of Rome, and I picked up I can't remember what else I picked up with my Xbox One, but maybe launch window. There we go. Thanks, Diego. So it was, but anyway, it was the first game that Insomniac did, that was in that genre, but away from the PlayStation, right? At the time, people were like, whoa, they're doing something on the Xbox. Holy shit. So obviously all these rumors started flying around and whatnot. But point is it was like one of those precursor games to Spider-Man, right? You kind of saw what they were doing with the movement and everything. And it was an excellent game, dude. It was really excellent. It's too bad it wasn't received as well as it was. Not because it wasn't received well critically. Critically, it was well received. But commercially, it just didn't seem like that it resonated with people. And I'm not sure why, because it's an Insomniac game. It's fun. It looks great. It's got style. It's got it's just, I don't know. I'm not sure what it was, but it was definitely one of those underappreciated games. So now, obviously, they have there you go. So Ains just said it. First time they sold a white Xbox as a bundle, so definitely. So now that Sony obviously owns Insomniac and they trademarked it, rumors are going out, not really rumors, it's more speculatory, just everybody's like, oh, what are they going to do? Does this mean they're going to make a Sunset Overdrive 2? Does this mean they're going to remaster Sunset Overdrive and release it on the PS5? I'm not sure, all I know is I know Microsoft owned the publishing rights to Sunset Overdrive. So I don't know if that's still active or not, just because of the fact that, because the IPs obviously the IP was owned by Insomniac, but the publishing rights were owned by Microsoft. So I'm not sure if that's like Nick's now that they own the studio. I don't know, but either they remaster it or they make a 2 or whatever it may be. I mean, remaster technically is not the same game. You know what I mean? So
that is so weird.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I know.
Yeah, I see like what you're thinking about though, for sure.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, man, I'm hoping at least like this will be one of those surprises that that Sony comes out with later this year. Maybe it's something that they announce around E3. Like, oh hey, by the way, guess what we're coming out with? You know, a remastered version or 2 or whatever the hell it is. But Kevin, where you at with this, man? Did you see this?
Yes, it would be a sweet surprise. I don't know if anything's going to happen, but obviously like everybody else, I would love to see Sunset Overdrive come out for any console, anywhere, updated, remastered, part 2, whatever. I never finished the first one. I got about 3/4 of the way through. But that would give me the drive to maybe buy the remaster and actually finish it if it looked better. Played a little smoother. But yeah, no, it was a great franchise with the whole like Monster Energy drink fucking craziness. It was awesome, man. It was fun. And I don't know why I dropped it. Again, I probably just got ADD and went off into a different direction. But yeah, no, Sunset Overdrive is has a cult following, and it had a different art style and was fun. So yeah, people are excited. Hey, rightfully so. It'd be great to see it, even on the PS5. I don't fucking care. Just fucking release it. I'll buy it. Take my money.
Yeah, I know. And yeah, man, we got a few guys here too that they liked it more than Spider-Man, and honestly, I don't blame you.
I can see that.
Spider-Man is awesome, man, but it's Sunset Overdrive, just there's something about it just hit different. I don't know, but yeah, Kevin, God damn it, Jordan, the fuck, man, keep getting
you just want to see
man.
It's because we look so identical, and we're both
that's what I was
handsome. And I got the glasses on today. That's what it is. It's the glasses. There. No.
Yes.
We're good.
No, I insist.
Before
no.
Diego does make a good point here. If you need permission to FPS boost, then get in touch with Drew and tell him to get that permission. Seriously, but I wish they would at least do that. Just at least like boost it for us, just to play it. With whatever we have right now. But what do you think, Jordan? You played Sunset Overdrive, didn't you?
I did. I really enjoyed the game, man. That was the first Insomniac game that I had actually sat down and played. Because again, never owned a PlayStation, so Resistance, Ratchet and Clank, that was all off the table for me. Tonally, it was kind of wacky. You got all these weird, almost like psychotic characters interacting with, but the whole concept of, again, just like this corrupt company selling these drinks that turns you into zombies was just so off kilter, and the weapons were freaking awesome. So when I heard the game kind of died, I was like, oh man, I wanted to see more of that. And then when I heard that, it was the rights were no longer with Microsoft, I was like, oh no, I'm never going to play it. But now I'm PlayStation, obviously. So now I can, it will live on some way, in some form. And I think that's a cool thing because, yeah, we need more fresh IPs like that because they definitely did something different with that game. And we need more of that, really. That just goes to show how awesome Insomniac is.
Or how shitty Xbox exclusives are. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I know, I just wanted to say that to be like, oh, well, look at Xbox exclusives.
So edgy, Mike.
Like somebody can, yeah, I know. Last week I was saying, you can spin that little bit of poison and and it goes a long way, you know what I'm saying? And that is just one of those things where it's just like, oh, look at Overdrive. And even look at Halo, blah, blah, blah. And sorry, I don't know why I'm in that mode. Whoa. Sunset Overdrive. I'm so sorry. I almost downloaded this game the other day, actually. And Ames, you got me kind of intrigued a little bit more on this, saying that it was better than Spider-Man, because I had a really good time with Spider-Man, even though superhero bias aside, I like the swinging and stuff. But then you're talking about guns and stuff, Jordan, and I can imagine how wild it gets.
Like it, Mike.
Yeah,
you would like it, Mike.
It looked whenever it first came out. That was when I was like, I need an Xbox because Overdrive, Gears and shit. Yeah.
It was fucking awesome, man.
Looks
Even
cool. I might
Diego here
download it.
says, Diego's like,
download
stop
it.
for a second and picture what we saw with Ratchet and Clank and apply it for a
Yeah.
Sunset Overdrive sequel.
That'd be
Okay.
sweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so
And I just got done playing Ratchet and Clank too. Is that what it's like, Jordan? Kind of like
so
different guns and like blah 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 blah. I've seen some
Think
gameplay,
traversal-
but
yeah, think like Jet Set Radio traversal because you're doing grinding and free running, and you're
Right.
you're basically skating while you're shooting all these hordes of monsters after you.
yeah,
Yeah,
but it's like the
cannonball
way
going,
the
shoot all of
setups
this.
are.
Yes.
mobile combat. It
Mobile
really was
combat.
mobile combat. Yeah, man.
Mobile
You're
combat.
jumping, you're grinding, you're and this is all while you're shooting and
Yeah.
doing different things. So
Combo systems, Mike.
Combos, combos
You
with a
love
K, combos with a K.
yeah.
Okay,
But,
cool.
yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna download it. I'll
Oh,
download
you
it
should,
for
Mike.
sure.
Yeah, if you
I
haven't
will.
played it, I think you'll really enjoy it.
All right, cool.
The controls, though, Ains does make a point here because he says just to get used to the controls, but once you do, yeah, it hits pretty good, man. Controls,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Got
Once
you,
it starts
Ains.
introducing all these things, but it's so fucking crazy and zany that you'll want to keep playing it just because of how crazy it is.
Over the
honestly.
top it is. Okay,
But yeah,
cool.
so we're excited, man. Let's see what they do. If they even do anything with this fucking trademark. So,
Right.
yeah.
I can almost see like a redo or remaster just to like probe out and test the waters, see kind of like where the cells are or whatever on PlayStation, and maybe, oh, hey, we might have something here because all the fans, they're going to be like, oh, that's the same people who made that Spider-Man game. And I'm like not that keen about video games so much to where I know and I give a fuck that much to, all I know is that they made Spider-Man. If anything, to them, it'll just be a brand new game that they've never even heard of, So that's what intrigues me, man. That'll be interesting.
Well, that's good shit, dude. That's awesome. Okay, so this one I did not actually. I completely skipped over it. That's fucking hilarious. So I don't want to get into too much into the business side of it. Yesterday, I talked about this with Ains on his show on Season Gaming. But so basically, there was a lot of court documents that came out about a lot of different things in the past couple of weeks, whether it was Microsoft, Apple versus Epic, blah blah blah. But the one thing that really stood out to some people was that so we already knew that Sony really did not want crossplay on the PS4, right? So there was always speculation. Obviously, we didn't have any type of access before to any documents, because we never have fucking access to that stuff because we're not supposed to. But apparently, there was always like rumors, or not even rumors. It was just even shit that like some executives would say, right? Like, it's not something that we really think would be very beneficial. And really, at the end of the day, they didn't want it because anything that takes away any decision to not get a PS5 or to PS4 or to invest into the PlayStation ecosystem, they didn't want it, right? So they're probably thinking like, well, why should we let somebody on PlayStation play against somebody on Xbox, right? Like, that means we're okay with that person being on Xbox instead of them buying a PlayStation and playing with this person. You know what I'm saying? So it's all fucking business. It's not excusable, but it's business. I don't give a shit. But it's so anyway, court documents came out and between Epic and Sony. So this is just from The Verge, so I'm just kind of skimming over it. But apparently Sony really hated crossplay, based on these confidential documents. So it really was confirmed that they did not want it. There was like a back and forth between Joe Craner of Epic Games, and Sony as well, and then basically just telling them it was with Gio Corsi, who's no longer with Sony. But basically they were just going back and forth, about trying to convince Sony why to do it, and Sony saying like, oh, we don't really want this. This isn't something that we feel like would be very big or very beneficial, and then Epic went out of their way and they're just like, look, man, we're not going to fucking change our mind on this, but this is what we'll do. We'll give you a bigger E3 presence. We'll do some celebrity pro-am tournaments. We'll make you guys look like rock stars, blah, blah, blah. Right. The thing though, besides all this, what really was interesting was Sony's cross-platform revenue share. Okay, so basically, what was discovered is that Sony, for crossplay, they actually have the developers or the publishers pay them a certain royalty every month for the game that's if it's crossplay. And why Sony decides to swing it that way, or why they decide to swing it, is because they know that they have 100 million plus player base where they kind of employ that. Again, not excusable, right? But they can. It's business. That's just that, and again, we were talking about this yesterday. It is what it is. Now, the funny thing is they said, if the proportion of PSN revenue share divided by PS4 gameplay share for a title is less than 0.85 in any given month, the partner will pay SIE a royalty to offset the reduction in the revenue. The partner has no obligation to pay SIE a royalty in months where PSN revenue share divided by PS4 gameplay share is greater than 0.85. So if there's enough revenue coming from the game in that month, they don't have to pay the royalty to Sony. And it says both PSN revenue and PS4 gameplay share are determined by the information provided by the partner and the data requirements. And basically there's like a certain, and then it also says payments commence on the month the title exceeds or is expected to exceed 500,000 in PSN gross revenue within a 12-month period. That itself was what rubbed people the wrong way, because a lot of people were looking at it and they were like, oh, well, why is Sony doing this? Why is it that they're making people, why is it that they're the only ones that are making the publishers do it? The way I was looking at it is, again, we talked about this yesterday on Ainsley's show, and we were saying that, hey, this is exactly what they're going to do because they have the player base for it and they're going to fucking employ it. They're trying to maximize as much money into PlayStation as they can on their end because that's their bread and butter, right? They have nothing to fall back on. Once again, that's not an excuse. But the fact that this happened, I really wasn't surprised, because corporations are scum, bro. Like, it is what it is. Like, just because we don't fucking know about it, like, it doesn't mean that this type of shit doesn't happen. This is just stuff that we're privy to. So, of course, there's so much other shit that we don't know. Stuff like this happens. Handshakes like this happen, and it exists every day, And that was really my take on it. It's just like, yeah, it sucks, of course. But the one thing that I didn't like about it is the bigger games are the ones that get to benefit from this more than the smaller games. Games like Warzone, games like Fortnite, right? Those games are going to make their fucking money. They're going to crank every month. They're not going to pay that royalty. PlayStation makes so much money off of those games every month. They're not. They know they're not going to pay that royalty. And then how fast is Fortnite and Warzone going to reach that 500,000 threshold until they're completely relieved of that rule, that 0.85 rule? They could probably make it like 2 months, not even 2 months, 1 month, right? So that's really what it is because I just felt bad about this rule for the smaller devs and for the smaller publishers, right, for the games, and really just for people. It's like crossplay at this point it's a given. Right?
Common.
It's a given. So they really were gatekeeping. And obviously for financial purposes, they were gatekeeping, And again, that's what we were talking about yesterday. It's not the financial stuff, right? Like, we get it. It's business. It sucks. It's fucking dirty. But from a consumer perspective, right, this is expected now. This is like common practice. So just give it to us. And to see this come out and to see them being the only fucking publisher or the only company that does this, no one else does this but Sony. I thought it was fucking funny, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Me too.
I thought it was. Kevin, what did you think of this, dude? I know you were reading it.
Yeah, there's so much dirty laundry. There's this shit. There's the Apple Epic shit. Dude, the airing of all these companies, dirty laundry is fascinating. But it is business, man, and they had that market share, so they fucking took advantage of it and made money. Nothing that they did was illegal. It may be shitty and scummy, but it's they got to keep cranking out the bangers, baby. So they need that money. So if you guys want to play games, just bend over and let Sony do what they do best. And that's it. That's what it comes down to. But no, it's funny to see this shit because a lot of these documents were not ever intended to be public.
No, they
And you
weren't.
can tell. And the personal emails, between like Spencer and Tim Sweeney and all that shit. That's just funny shit.
Yeah.
Like all that corporate, like fuck you, but. I'm gonna say it in corporate speak. I
funny,
believe
man.
that you would fare better if you went along with the advice presented by the council. And it's just funny. So no, if you like that kind of drama, the documents are pretty interesting, and a lot of news sites are just picking apart the juicy ones and putting them out there.
Oh yeah.
But because there's a lot of boring shit too. But yeah, no, whatever, man. It's business. It is what it is. It's never gonna fully change. It's never gonna be fully transparent. So, until the next lawsuit, comes around, then this will keep happening, or they'll hide it somewhere else. So yeah, that's all I got for that. We'll see. We'll see what comes of it. I am interested to see how this epic Apple lawsuit turns out.
That shit was hilarious, man. The epic Apple one. Fucking Tim Cook goes to, apparently like Tim Sweeney was just like, hey, this is how you guys have to do this, and this is whatever. And then Tim Cook responds, he's like, is that the guy that was at the auditions? Or so he didn't even know who he was. Apparently, I don't know, man. It was just so dirty. It was so fucking funny, man. Kevin or Jordan, God, see, I did it again. I did it again.
It's okay, man.
I did it again. You beautiful bastard.
Do you want to swap squares?
No, man. That's just my fucking brain, man. I need coffee. Jordan, what did you think of this, dude? Was this was this entertaining to you? Did you think that this
honestly,
is anti-consumer?
Yeah. No, I don't give a shit, to be honest with you. Like, this doesn't I'm thinking about how does this boil down to like our level where we are, and how does it affect us really? And like, we're still going to play these games. We're still going to do whatever. So no, I honestly really don't care. I mean, at the end of the day, like Kevin was saying, they were completely within their rights to do this. There's nothing illegal. They just want to make some more money, and who anyone else would do the same thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well,
that's really the thing is too, man. Is that's what I was telling these guys yesterday. I mean, it's not. Really, it's your delivery and how you say. It's not necessarily a fact of like, oh well, whatever. I don't give a fuck, right? Like my whole take on it was, look, man, if I'm investing, okay, if I paid for the PlayStation and I paid for PS Plus and you're not making me pay more for crossplay, then me as the consumer, do whatever the fuck you want. As if I don't have to pay more for it, whatever, bro. Yeah. It's all corporate. Yeah. It's all corporate nonsense. But this whole thing, this whole anger, this whole fucking fake outrage, like that's really where I was kind of like, come on, guys, come on. You know how much shit you guys don't know about. Yeah, whether it's on Xbox or Nintendo or PlayStation or wherever. Come on, man. That was really my point. Like, it's kind of,
It's sensationalized.
It is. I know. But that was really my whole thing. But, Game Positive here, he does make, he said only negative I see is that it could force smaller teams with strict budgets to not enable crossplay. Yes, Game Positive. Right. That's exactly what we were just saying 5 minutes ago, brother. We did say that. That's really the shitty thing about it, because not every game has the money or the revenue that's generated by Fortnite or Warzone or whatever it is. So you're absolutely right about that. We were just touching on that. Go ahead,
so in hand, it would like almost keep them from making a multiplayer type of game, because if you do see indies, you don't get a lot of that. Like, oh, it's a multiplayer game, or if you do,
that could be an issue. But now with the Sony's new gaming welfare program, you can apply for assistance.
Yes,
and they will go through the approval process and grant you the assistance. Yeah, new indie game developers crossplay assistance program.
Because honestly, this is not a surprise to me, at least, just because, like, yes, I have been paying attention to PlayStation a little bit more over the years or whatever, but it's literally the same vein as in no backwards compatibility, and we're just moving up to next gen, and that's all there is about it. Like, it just seems like PlayStation is like, we're on an island. And and if you want to like have bridges, you got to pay us for those bridges, my friend.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it is. And it's just like, you see the other hand on Xbox, and they're just kind of like, hey, everybody play with everybody and like just play on PC if you want, play on it, like, just buy our shit, you know what I mean? So it's like those two different, but I'm assuming it's like business ideologies between like countries and cultures, probably, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel you. But to me, it's not a surprise at all. Like Sony PlayStation, the way they deal with movies, the way they deal with games, like they are. I have not seen Sony or PlayStation like not make a cutthroat move. Like think about Spider-Man and Disney, bro. Like they were like, oh,
And that was hated.
No.
That was hated too, but I mean,
Dude,
fuck,
it's crazy,
business, bro.
Exactly.
I mean, look how much money they make off the fucking IP. Like,
exactly,
it's gonna happen. Anybody would jump on it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
like we got what you want. Well, you better give us some money for it, and that's all there is to it.
Like, that's the thing. Like, I get it. It sucks, right?
Yes,
it sucks,
right,
especially if you're only able to game on the other side on the competition.
Correct.
You know, yeah, it does suck. But dude, like again, these are things that happen all the time. Like, there's no one is excluded from this, right?
Yeah.
Like these business things are done all the time, and even really at the end of the day, Diego, my man, he's like, some gamers are invested too much in a company and believe the company is their friend and on their side, and you're just a dollar to them, and they give zero fucks, and that is what it's all about. Diego, you must have heard my rant yesterday,
and that's okay, and that's another thing too, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Like if that's another thing too. Well, it's like, well, if you're not on one side, then are you sure you're picking the right side? Like, what the fuck is this? An X-Men movie? Holy shit, man! You know what I'm saying? Like, what do we? I don't need to pick a side. Like, but like, okay, so there's so many levels when in regards to like just one way or the other kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because you got people who make their living off of hyping a company up. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kevin, I know you mentioned this earlier in something that we were doing. I've mentioned this before too, where it's like, so that new IP is coming out. Let's just name like, Rocket Ralph or whatever example, right? This new IP is coming out by this good company. Well, if I start like hyping them up and saying it's so good and saying all these things, that company's going to notice me. Just like those 10,000 other people or 100,000 other people that, that also notice me. The company's going to notice me too. And they're going to be like, yo, bro, I like your style. Come work for us. Or I like your style. Here's a free Mortal Kombat kit. Like, I see that shit all the time or whatever. Like, here's a free thing. Like, promote this stuff, you know? And, like, that might be the goal. That is the goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying to make a career or like, a living off of this kind of stuff, And it is, like, I am hyping up one end, and it just so happens that these companies, like, say, hey, buddy, I like your stuff, whatever. Sure. You know what I'm saying? But...
No, look,
there's many levels here. Is all I'm saying.
Game Positive mentioned it here again, right? Like he's talking about the backroom deal between Spider-Man. Of course, everything is a backroom deal, dude. Do you guys not remember when the deal when the deal was about to fall through between the MCU Spider-Man and Sony because they couldn't get together on financial terms? And then like when the financial terms did come out, basically what happened is Sony would get all of the. Sony wanted I forgot
50%.
Well, because they own the IP, right? Or at least the movie rights. I'm sorry, they own the movie rights. And the Marvel all of a sudden, like after the first movie, they're like, well, hey, we want more profit. We want all of the fucking apparel.
Yeah, they wanted like
we want profit
80%.
from all the apparel. Yeah. We wanted profit from all the apparel, and they wanted a higher percentage from the movie from the movie revenue.
They were like literally trying to gut each other.
And everybody's like, well, it's Sony's fault. It's Sony's fault. It's like, bro, they're trying to make money too.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
Wouldn't you? Like, wouldn't you? Of course. I got Spider-Man in my pocket. What do you got? I mean, we got everybody else, but yeah, Spider-Man though.
Hey, we're still waiting on Spider-Man and Avengers, so
that isn't
literally PlayStation exclusive. Yeah, I could go on about that.
And Sarko is right. Tom Nook is definitely coming as Kingpin in the next Spider-Man.
I can see that. It can happen, dude. Scary.
Hey, all those backroom agreements that we don't know about. Shit. Oh yeah. All right, yeah, man. So that was an interesting topic to bring up. So the next one is the next Call of Duty. So I know apparently we didn't know. You guys know what happened, obviously, with Call of Duty Cold War. I personally didn't think of it. I didn't think much of it. I thought it was subpar, compared to some of the. It had some good aspects, it had some good things in it, but the multiplayer didn't hook me at all, and whatever. But anyway, had like a weird development cycle. I think like it was initially given to, was it Sledgehammer that was doing the game, and then it was pulled from them, or was it who was it, or was it Raven? I can't remember. It was supposed to be done by one of the studios, and then it was pulled and given back to Treyarch, who came back and worked on it with them. And now apparently Sledgehammer, so the next Call of Duty is going to be all Sledgehammer. So apparently they're building it from supposed to be that they haven't said what the game will be, but the rumor is it's going back to World War II. All right.
God dang.
Yeah, but yeah, I know.
What?
And apparently that it's being built from the ground up for next gen consoles. So, but they didn't say it's next gen only. Like for instance, like the rumored next Battlefield, right?
Right.
So, okay, yeah, that's like a cool term, like built next gen.
Yeah,
but still,
exclusive.
it's definitely they're definitely gonna bring it to the older consoles if it's possible. Mm-hmm. But anyway, a lot of people were excited. Like, hey, Sledgehammer is a good studio, man. They've always been like, at least with Call of Duty, I think they've released a couple of games, 1 or 2 games on their own. But they were always a support studio before they started releasing their own games. So it's good to see. We'll see what they do. I'm really just excited about the fact that this is being built for the new consoles. It's in mind. So we'll see what they take. We'll see how they do it on their end. But Kevin, what does this do for you, man? Does this do anything for you with Call of Duty?
I mean, whatever. It's another Call of Duty. They've already done a bunch, right? They did like MW3 and World War II, and so whatever, dude. They know what they're doing. I'll spend another fucking $70. I'll buy a battle pass that I'll half complete. I'll stop playing until the next season and rinse and repeat. So. It's good to know that when my daughter has kids, they too will be playing Call of Duty, and it will run on the same engine as it does today.
Exactly.
So I'm I'm happy. That Quake engine is just gonna live forever and ever and ever. It'd be interesting if they actually rebuilt something from the ground up, but at this point it's theirs. So
well, here's the thing though, the engine for Modern Warfare was really the beginning of it, right? Because they apparently rebuilt the engine when they released like the Modern Warfare from 2 years ago. So when that engine itself was like a reworked, rebuilt engine, apparently, and they did a completely brand new sound engine as well. And they said that this is in preparation for the new consoles, the next gen, whatever at the time. So I don't know, there were some parts of Cold War that did look good. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a pretty game. And apparently it was ray traced. So from a visual perspective, the games look good, but we'll see, man. I don't know. Jordan,
look forward to it.
Does this do anything for you for Call of Duty?
Yeah, it's Call of Duty's kind of like it's like comfort food. You know what to expect.
Yeah, it is.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
That it really is mac and cheese.
So fucking true. So fucking true, man.
Dude, yes.
Yeah, Cold War. I don't want to say I fell for it, but I did legitimately enjoy parts of it. But no, I'm just like, okay, new Call of Duty's coming out. Am I going to get it? Probably not this time. Just because we have enough that's going to keep me busy for the next couple of months. But Sledgehammer, good luck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mike,
I
feel like Call of Duty. Yeah, I feel like Call of Duty. Like it.
You're a Call of Duder.
It's a love-hate thing, Battlefield is the same way, but I like Battlefield a lot more. Call of Duty is like in that same vein with Assassin's Creed now, where it's like you pump so much out and it's like, and they had a killer year this year, man, with the Cold War, with the Warzone, with the Modern Warfare, and the whole like integration system. Like that's legit, dude. And I know a lot of motherfuckers who play Warzone, man, and they're probably, and dude, they buy skins like it's fucking no one's business. But to me, it's like one of those things where it's like,
Insane.
maybe take a year off, take a step back, reflect on kind of what the game is, where do you want it to go, or unless, I mean, don't get me wrong, man, I'm like talking from my fucking chair here, you know what I mean? Like they're in the lab every day, like on whiteboards, like figuring like equations out and stuff, you know what I mean? Like with their game and what they need to do and buff and, you know, how to sell stuff or whatever. But to me, man, Jordan, like I cannot emphasize comfort food anymore, bro, because that's exactly what it is. It's not nothing that special, and it's not nothing so boring or lame to where it's like whatever, you know, especially, and I know there's a lot of like interest, especially if you're like a civilian or whatever, in like what the military could be like or has to offer and stuff. Yeah, man, some of me is just like, whatever about it. And which in turn, I'm kind of more expecting more out of the Battlefield than anything Call of Duty up and coming. So right now for me, Call of Duty is mostly just Warzone. And like keep it at that multiplayer level. Yeah, you know what I mean? But yeah, Sledgehammer, dude, Call of Duty will go on for fucking ever, bro. And I would say on a very positive human note, the only pluses that you get out of there is if your kids do grow up and they're like, hey, Dad, I want to like experience like some more stuff or whatever. And like maybe know some history or like,
absolutely,
I just want to take that next step into like history or whatever. And be like, yeah, play these Call of Duty games. Like you might get a taste or whatever, you know? So
yeah, for sure, man.
Good for them.
Oh yeah. We'll see what they do.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Guys, what are you thinking of? Hello.
You didn't like the pictures? Come on, guys.
Oh, God. All right,
Sarko.
cue it up.
Sarko says Call of Duty in the military is like a hot dog and a lobster.
That's true. That's true.
He's former military, so I will take his word for it.
Oh, you
too.
are
Mike,
Sarko? That's awesome, bro. That's a good description. It is. Because I am too, Sarko. So to me, I'm just like, whatever. Call of Duty. Like, whatever. But yeah, it's cool.
I love it, baby. Okay. Biomutant. What are you guys thinking? I have no idea. I have no idea what to expect, man. I mean, I have an idea what to expect on a cinematic, but I still, you know, like furry motherfucker, open world, beautiful game.
You're hitting it, baby. Keep
cool
going.
combat.
Yeah,
I'm in, man. I'm in. I don't know what I'm gonna be playing, but I'm in. Honestly, I'm in, man. What are you guys thinking? Because they just released a trailer a few days ago. That's why I'm bringing it up. And the game is beautiful, man. It's lush, vibrant. Combat looks cool. Hopefully, the only thing right now is we just don't know how it's going to run on these consoles because this is the backwards compatible version. Now, will they take advantage of the newer hardware? You know, like some of the games that I've been doing, kind of like Mass Effect, for instance. I don't know.
Oh man.
You know, but I can't imagine it running in 30 FPS, at least on the Series X and the PS5. But who knows? I don't know. That's not going to really detract me, even though like we're getting to a point where we are, you know, we're getting used to 60 FPS more, and really we're becoming spoiled by it. You know, but look at this. This game is beautiful, man. And honestly, like I'm in. I'm sold. I'm there. Kevin, what do you think, man?
I think it looks amazing, but I am gonna wait because I want to confirm that it does get at least some sort of upgrade. Because I don't think I can do this kind of game at 30 frames a second anymore. I really don't.
We don't know yet. Yeah,
like I'd rather get it on the PC. At least then I know I could push it to 60. I don't know, but it looks beautiful. We still know nothing about it. I don't think anybody has actually played it. IGN got to look at it, and somebody, you know, it was like a gameplay video, but I don't think they actually played the game. So I'm cautiously optimistic. I mean, it looks nice, although it kind of fell off, right? It was like 2017. Then we heard nothing about it, and then all of a sudden it's getting released in May. I think Sarko is DMing me and saying that the combat in this game is actually more military-esque than Call of Duty. So he actually didn't DM me, but
Oh, I love you, Sarko.
but yeah. No. But it's something he would say though. I mean, it looks cool. You're a furry, so you know that's cool. I mean, I know that I've always wanted to be a furry, and you know Jordan knows. And I just maybe someday, but that's an offline topic that we could talk about later. Yeah, let's keep that
Oh,
down.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But no, it looks fun. We'll see. But I
Even
really
this,
do want it to
man.
be 60. I want it to be 60.
Yeah,
I don't
I
even care
know.
if it's 4K. But jumping puzzles, that kind of action that I see in the trailer, I want it to be smooth as fuck. And 30 FPS when everything I play now is 60 at least, if not 120. That hurts.
This is pretty deep too, man. I mean, this is kind of surprising too, the way that they did it. Oh, what the fuck is this, Mike? Hey! I'm just kidding, man. I'm fucking with you.
Wait. That was a good porno. Put it back.
Sarko did say, he's like, I heard boosting intellect makes your head larger in game. I think that will be awesome.
Oh
if that's
shit!
true.
You get an inflated actual game head.
Shit.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
that would
Right?
be pretty funny, man. I'm not gonna
Because
lie.
it does have these kooky type of things that, like, I don't know, like, yes, your combo system is pretty deep, so I've heard. You get it on a lot of different... So, like, I saw some gameplay video where this guy got on what looked like to be a cross between a fox and a lion that was purple and black as his steed. Or, like, a robot. You got those hover things that you guys see here or whatever. You can customize your dude all the way. You're like a little samurai karate fucking mouse or whatever. Guns as well. So it's like this shooting. So like, okay, so I saw this game back in, I don't know when, dude. It was a minute ago. Like when I'm talking a minute ago, I'm talking like 5 fucking years ago. Okay. And I was so excited for it, and it just kept getting delayed. Nobody talked about it. Like it was so, you know, silent that nobody even talked about it. But to me, it was like one of my favorite games to like look for because it's so weird. You see these bosses that they fight. It's like Monster Hunter. I'm not saying it's like Monster Hunter gameplay, but you get that scope of like, I'm a little dude, this guy's big, the world is crazy. To me, I think this will be a hit. To me, also, this is one of the last PlayStation 4 games that is going to be made. Like in my mind, Biomutant kind of cuts it off at the like tip there or at the end there or whatever, you fucking perverts. And
Please don't cut it off at the tip.
and that's gonna be it for that generation to me. But this, like the whole, if you like raise up your intellect, your head grows big or whatever. This game has that like that style, that attitude. That's why I am super interested in it. It's steampunk. It looks like just a bunch of shit was thrown together, or like a bunch of dudes on acid were like, yo, bro, let's make a game like this. Like, all right. Like talking animals, and they know karate. Yes. Give them a revolver, too.
Marmots. I like that. Sarko.
Give them a revolver, too. But yeah, this game to me is like top 5 within like the near future for as far as I go.
That's cool, man. Jordan, what about you, man? What'd you think of this?
No, I'm
Looking forward
excited,
to
man. I actually just pulled up that that Game Informer. It wasn't a hands-on, like Kevin was saying. It was a hands-off gameplay demo, and I hadn't watched anything from the game until it was, or from the point at which they first kind of revealed it. And dude, the gameplay looks freaking awesome.
Yeah, it looks fun, man.
It's so hard to describe, like, you know, how many systems they have. There's a loot system. You have this combat with bullet time. You got full hack and slash. You got combos, and it's I don't know what to really expect, but it looks so much fun to play.
It's got those little comics. Fuwap. Correct.
Yeah, you got these
like
little
fuck yeah, bro. That's my jam right there. A clonk bonk.
Yeah,
Look at
and a
this.
turtle
the
shirt.
generation is super in
command
depth. You have there's like a weapon system. You can kind of fully customize your weapons and everything. There's just a ton of personality they have in this game. And
Yeah, there you go.
I said,
Personality.
I don't know
Good
what the
word.
story's going to do for me, but just looking at how it plays, man, like it looks fun as hell.
It does.
If it
Yeah.
runs like this on
Open
consoles, then
world?
yeah, I want to do it.
It looks pretty satisfying too, with all the graphics happening and all the
Yeah.
wacky shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fire sword,
Yeah.
electric sword. I love that kind of
Good.
language.
That's all I had. Yeah, that's all I got.
Look
to
at
say,
that
man.
vest.
It just looks
Oh,
like
yeah,
so much
dude.
fun to play.
Yeah, it'll be well, we'll find out in a couple
this
weeks,
is-
man. Not even a couple weeks.
I'll probably play it
25th.
kind of like Kevin does, and I'll
exactly
wait till
2 weeks.
confirmed to see how it runs on the consoles.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I won't pre-order it likely. But yeah, if it runs like this, then I'm freaking getting it. This looks
Yeah,
awesome.
definitely, man. Oh
To
yeah.
me, this is a no-brainer because to me, this is what kind of makes me not get Resident Evil. To me,
Okay. That's good
Well, I
shit
wanna-
though, man.
yeah,
It
it
sings
is.
to you,
It
bro. I
is.
love it,
does.
man. I
It
love
does.
it. That's
It
good
really
shit.
does.
Game Positive said that it looks like Immortals Phoenix Rising on acid.
Yeah, that's probably
There
accurate.
you have it.
Seriously, man. That's awesome. Good shit, dude. Oh, looking forward to that one. All right. Resident Evil Village. So, I'm only 3 hours in. So far, I think we touched a little bit on it earlier, but I know Jordan and Kevin, you guys are, Kevin, you finished it. Jordan is further into the game than I am. But obviously no spoilers, guys, for anybody that, but the only thing I will say is that I'm a newcomer to Resident Evil. I've played them here and there before, but I've never fully committed to any of the games before, except 4. 4 was the last one I fully committed to, but that was back on the GameCube, right? And I remember at the time, I'm like, okay, 4, but it's different. It's more action. It's outside. There's daylight, blah, blah, blah. They're kind of changing it up. So it kind of gave me more reason to play it because they switched up the formula a little bit. This is kind of reminding me of that in a sense, but I think a lot of people, people kind of misconstrued the developers' words like usual, because everyone thought that the game was just not going to be as scary as 7, right? And I can tell you because I just played 7 a couple months ago. 7 is fucking scary, right? 7 is amazing. Now, what I've heard is some people will say 7 is a great horror game, but it's not a great Resident Evil game. I don't know what to say about that, right? Because I was never a huge fan of the series. But to me, that I've always equated Resident Evil with horror. So playing 7, I was like, this is it for me, right? History be damned. Okay, yeah, I saw Chris
Right,
Redfield and
that's a
whatever.
good perspective.
Yeah. But
That's a
that's
good
my
perspective.
perspective was horror, Resident Evil, and meshed together very well. And what I like with this game is the developers, a lot of people said oh, this game is not scary because a lot of people thought, or it's not going to be as scary as 7 because a lot of people thought that 7 was scary. But no, what the developers said, but people just didn't bother reading, is that there's just more areas to breathe in between the horror parts of the game. Whereas from before, whereas in 7, it was just white knuckle all the fucking way, right? If you prefer that, yeah, sure, right? But some people just don't. Even horror game fans, they don't. Me personally, I thought it was awesome. I had no complaints with it, and I'm the biggest bitch when it came to horror games, but I still toughed it out. But this game itself, it's delivering on all cylinders for me. I fucking love it. I love the setting. Okay, I love the not knowing what the hell is going on. Okay, why I ended up where I was. I love the castle. I love the antagonists. The antagonists themselves, when you're first introduced to them, right? If you guys remember where you're first introduced to them, just seeing the dynamic between them back and forth.
Yeah.
It's not the same as 7 when you're introduced to 7, right? And again, no spoilers, so I don't even want to tell you how to feel or how it made me feel, because that to me is a spoiler. But I'm just saying, I loved it, but it felt different. But the horror is definitely there. And again, I'm gonna give it to Kevin and Jordan because they played more, so they can at least tell you more about that. But Kevin, you beat the game.
Yes. So
What do you think?
about 9 hours to beat the game. And I took my time. I could have gone slower. I could have gone faster, I guess. I'm just gonna say that it's the most approachable RE in a long time. Like you said, it's not that it's not as scary. It's still scary, but it does give you more breathers. It gives you. I played on standard. It gives you more ammo, more room to make mistakes, and it's not that it's. It could be considered easier, I guess, but I think they wanted to make it definitely a little more mainstream, right? Because Resident Evil isn't always considered mainstream, right? I mean, I think they want a wider audience to come in and play this, and I think that's what we're seeing here, and it's kind of like when it almost feels like 7 tried to capture that frantic look for ammunition, I'm gonna die at every corner type of feel that the other Resident Evils had, but in first person, and it made it kind of awkward where it was new, right? So I think the dust has settled and people have realized, oh shit, this is what Resident Evil is going to be from now on, right? Or at least for a while. We're not going to have third-person view. So I think that's settled and people have accepted it. And this game is just, to me, it's more polished than 7 was. The pacing's better than 7 was. If nothing else, yes, it could have been a little longer. But I don't know that I care. I mean, I was gonna buy it regardless. I like the story. I like I like Ethan Winters. I like that character. I'm glad they kind of hashed it out and answered some questions without any spoilers. But as you progress, you will get some answers to the questions that you will undoubtedly have when you're playing this game, because you're gonna be like, the fuck is that? Or what the fuck is that? Or how the fuck does that happen? That can't happen. That's what I was saying throughout the whole damn thing, and the enemies are good. They're simple, but they're good. They don't need to be crazy in the AI aspect. I mean, you're there for the story, the place setting, the cinematics are great. The aura, the sound is fantastic, whether you're playing it on the PS5 with Tempest or on the Series X or S or even X, I guess, any one of them with that support Dolby Atmos, because that's actually supported and mastered in Atmos. So you're not getting virtual shit, you're getting actual Atmos sound. So if you have surround sound, you get that. If you got your headphones, you get Dolby Atmos for headphones. But it's fantastic. I recommend playing it with headphones or a good surround sound system. Don't let your TV just do the audio, because it's creepy as fuck. The sound, the place settings, the lighting is fantastic. I played with ray tracing on the Series X, and I did not feel any substantial frame drops throughout the whole playthrough. I didn't feel shit, man. Even when, there's 20, 30 enemies on the screen, it played fine. So I fully suggest turning ray tracing on without any reservations. Otherwise, I think you'd be missing out on some of the lighting in the dungeons and the dark places and the caverns and all that shit. And yes, and as you progress, you realize that there's more place settings. Like, they do a really good. I was kind of worried that I was going to be in that castle, the entire time, and they do a really good job in varying up the space, and it's a fantastic game. The pacing was the best that I've seen in a long time, because I found myself stuck a couple times, but you do get those puzzles, you do get through them, you take a break, come back, and then you realize, oh shit, I didn't check here, or I didn't look here. So yeah, no man, I fully enjoyed it. I might dive back into it. I'm gonna take a break, maybe do some more Returnal, but this is fantastic. Oh, and game positive. Yes, my TV does have VRR, so that may definitely be. I have a that CX, helps, man. So that does help. And I always have that on. So if you have VRR, for sure, that's gonna assist in keeping your frames steady. But yeah, it was a beautiful experience. Yeah,
definitely, man. And yeah, Kevin, Dash just said you're selling the fuck out of this game. I might need to play some more tonight. Dash, you should, man.
Yeah,
take a break from Returnal, dude.
Yeah, and I think once you get past that first quarter of the game, the flow just goes, man. My time was lost. I neglected my poor wife and kids. I got lost in this shit, man. It took me. I'm glad it's only 10 hours, because if it were 20, I might be filing divorce papers now or something instead of being on this podcast. But yeah, what you think, Jordan?
Jordan, what about you, man?
No, I'm enjoying it, man. And I'm gonna kind of fall back on the camp where, like, just based on my experience up until let me just go back. I'm about 6 hours into the game, and comparing it to 7, because like you, Mo, my first true Resident Evil game was 4. Mm-hmm. Like, I've watched parts of, like, back in the day, I watched my buddies play 2 and Nemesis, but I played 4 and I was like, holy crap, this is freaking awesome. And then I played 5 and I was like, what's happening here? And then I touched 6. I'm like, what the hell is this? And then, and then 7 came along. I was like, okay, they're reviving it. It's first person. I'm like, this is awesome. And I thought 7 was so good. It was so scary.
Yes.
And maybe I'm on my desire for wanting a scary game is so high now because I just played Visage. But I felt that the first few hours of Village, while super intense and just nonstop and just what is going on, set piece, I was like, this isn't really scary. This is a lot of action. But the chapter that I just played last night had me shitting myself. It was that scary.
I heard you, man.
And I was blown away by it. So I'm like, thank you, Resident Evil. This has restored my faith in this. Not that I didn't.
I'm so happy to hear that, though, man. That really makes me happy to hear.
Dude, yes, you are gonna. Well, God bless, Godspeed. But it's just a visual treat. Like Kevin said, the production is just bar none. I can't say enough about that. It plays good. They're accessible is also a very accurate descriptor, because I don't think I've ever had more resources in any Resident Evil game than I have had in this game.
Yeah,
they really want you to succeed. I actually haven't even died once. And I'm playing on standard difficulty, but I haven't died yet. But yeah, I'm not going to give away any much more. But you
didn't die meat grinder?
Nope. That was
fucker. You got that the first time?
I died meat grinder like 4 times. So don't feel
so
bad.
This guy, I don't understand. What is in your blood, man?
Yeah.
Everything he plays, watch, he's going to be Returnal in like 4 hours.
Kind of a spoiler, but basically this is what happened. While I was like this, I was like backing up, and I'm like, oh, it stopped, and I'm like,
I see, yeah.
There's a corridor back there.
If any of you guys have not seen this work of art, this is Machine Gun Mike, baby. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable how good it was.
Look at that.
They offered to put it in the game, but we told them sadly we can't. So
we had to decline.
They had to resort to Lady Dimitrescu and her.
Yeah, I mean,
this is the OG shit right here.
God,
you know what, Dash? That's exactly what we were going for.
That's so hideous.
It's
so
fantastic.
Bad. Oh, it's amazing.
It's fantastic. But yeah, that photo about sums up my experience so far.
That's good, man. Positive Ear says, about halfway through my extremely slow playthrough of 7, as it's terrifying to play in long sessions. Was planning on taking a break, but you should, man.
Positive. Nice.
Power through game. Yeah, yes, power through game positive.
Finish 7, man. Finish 7, seriously, because 8 will resonate with you more when you start it after 7. And you'll see why.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like, especially the beginning. Like, that's all I'm going to say. Like, it will resonate with you more. And so it's kind of, it's a direct sequel. So, you know? But,
right.
Yeah, you guys touched on everything in terms of how, I can't wait, dude. Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah, it's exciting, and you could tell they did a good job trying to weave in the sequel part, but I'm not sure that they actually had a sequel planned after the first one. Like the way that they weaved it in was very much, they could have done it. They could have done it ad hoc for sure, and I think they did. And I don't want to call it out and say that that's bad. I think they did a good job in doing what they did, but I really don't think that they had that in mind after the first one. So I'd be interested after you guys play it and chat and whatnot. Hit me up, DM me or whatever, and see if that's how you guys feel too.
Yes.
In terms of that, because I was kind of left wondering, like, was it ad hoc? Was it not? Was it kind of like a Cloverfield thing where they're like, we add this and do this and it works? So, meh.
what I got out of it, Kevin, was that there's the big okay, one thing about like Capcom or how they run Resident Evil series, like they make a bad guy seem bigger and badder than what you think. But in the end, it's just kind of your basic like shoot him a lot and he's dead or whatever. Okay, so I watched this game on YouTube because, like I said, I wanted to get Biomutant and I didn't want to get Resident Evil 8 because of the length and things like that. But there were some times where, like, so basically I got the story. But Mo, on your tweet yesterday when you showed all the statues and stuff,
yes.
So that was a late night tweet. That was like a 03 a.m. type of tweet. And I was actually in a dark room and it was quiet. My phone was on loud. And I was just like, and I watched that like 3 times. And I knew, I'm like, these are the moments that I missed. Like hearing the fire crackle and just like, you know, being immersed. I was like, okay, these are the things I missed, but I can definitely go without because I don't think my heart can handle that. But anyways, so watching it on YouTube, like I got the whole shit and I got the whole like story and like, oh, Chris and oh, like this family or whatever. Right. And it's good. But I truly feel, and I don't think this is too spoiler territory, but yes, Kevin, I do think you're right. Like, I don't think they had a sequel planned, and it definitely feels like 7 and 8 are like its own little piece of content that goes into a bigger world of like Umbrella and like these bio.
And I think they're doing lots of world building with this.
But 7,
sure.
Definitely.
but technically 7 wasn't 7 a reboot?
7 is a side story because what happened is like some Umbrella shit or the opposition of Umbrella like were on a tanker and they crashed because of the little girl.
Sure.
And so it's kind of like this isolated incident. But they want to
remember. Some people are probably playing 7. Just avoid spoilers. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay, I think you. Yeah. Okay. I got you. So like they kind of play it off as an isolated incident, right? I mean, technically, every Resident Evil story is an isolated incident. But like, for example, you find out in 5 that the whole why people can make zombies is because of a fucking flower, right?
Yeah.
But then on certain things, they kind of like there's the different T-virus strains and all this kind of stuff. Like definitely it feels like it's like its own thing. And
it's Capcom, man.
Yeah.
They're not. It's trying to make sense out of shit that sometimes doesn't make sense.
Right. Exactly.
But,
Like I literally found out. I don't want to go there, but yeah. But overall, though, as Resident Evil stories go, I was like, this is cool. I still feel like I have a lot of unanswered questions in terms of connectivity and how things are related to each other. But holy shit, they did what I think people, because I get Bloodborne vibes from it a lot. It's like, because you got to think, how do you go from zombies and biomutated weapons into werewolves? I did not get that part, but just in storytelling in general, like you go from laboratories and Umbrella experiments to like now we're in werewolves and like whatever, right? That different type of mysticism, like mystical type of ghosts and stuff, right? Resident Evil 4 was going to be that. Resident Evil 4 was going to be a ghost type of game with Leon Kennedy. And then they were like, fuck that, let's just make Devil May Cry. My boy, Papa Dante. So they were like, and then Devil May Cry was made, you know? And then they were like, let's like go back to 4, what they were doing, and like, let's do it how we did it instead of the ghost shit, right?
Right.
So they're like secreting some of those ideas into 8 or whatever. There's a lot of that. That's like a weird thing to me, but either way, I'm okay with it because it seems like it's a small branch in the bigger Resident Evil world. Like, and I think I'm not exactly sure, but I think that show on Netflix, the Resident Evil Into the Darkness or whatever, might like have something to do with this, or like, I don't know, you know, it might be like a game story and not its own like side thing. You know what I mean? But either way. Yeah, they're definitely doing some like, it's like Capcom figured out the RE engine and they were like, yo, let's go balls to the wall with this thing because that engine is so slick. Let's just talk about the visuals real quick. It is so slick, dude. But notice that it's only slick with these like very focused type of games like RE1, RE2, RE3 remakes. These are games that are kind of one way, or they're very small in like scope. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Resident Evil 8, even Devil May Cry 5.
Devil May Cry 5, yeah.
It's mission based, so you can fit a lot in those missions. You know, when it's not an open world and it's not like, you know, you're walking through a door, it's loading the next level. So they can pump out these visuals on that engine like pros, man.
Yeah, no, it's fucking beautiful, man. That's
It very much is, man.
We've been talking about it. I don't know if Capcom ever decides to sell the RE engine to other publishers or to other developers, but man, it's beautiful. It's one of the it's a proper. It's like one of those games, yeah, man. That's probably. I don't know if it's the first game. Okay, like we popped into these new consoles, you know, because we've had Demon's Souls that has been beautiful. We've had even Gears 5, despite the fact that Gears 5 is from 2019, but the enhancements they made for the Series X for Gears 5, it's sublime. It looks gorgeous. You know what I mean? So we've had a few, but like, I mean, yeah, this is one of those games that just really takes advantage of the hardware. And on top of that too, like I told you guys the other day, like we're really taking for granted the fact that we have enough power now to play these games in 4K 60 with ray tracing. Like we're playing it with ray tracing. I have a fucking 1080 Ti from 2017, and I can't fucking do 4K 60 with ray tracing on it. It doesn't even do ray tracing.
Wow, really?
I don't think. No. Yeah, this was because this was before RTX. I think RTX was introduced next year. But point is it's crazy, man. It's just and this is only 6 months into the console cycles. So there's a lot to look forward to with these games, but yeah, man, I think you guys touched on all of it. I can't wait to see more of it. And yesterday I played this fucking scene.
Slick.
Yesterday I played this scene too, man. Dark dungeon. That's all I'm gonna say. That shit was creepy as fuck. All right, so if you're looking for that, yeah, that shit was fucking
wear headphones or play with surround
I
sound.
do.
I do. That's the only
Last
thing.
night, Mo, when I saw your clip, I was like, and that motherfucker I know is wearing headphones. I know he's, and that's why you shared that specific scene, because I was like, dude,
yeah,
I would be shitting myself.
I'm trying to share anything that's not spoilery, right? Like, I'm not sharing anything with characters. I'm not sharing anything with enemies. Really, what I'm sharing is just environmental stuff. You know, that's
watch out. Thumbnails on YouTube are rabid, bro. And that was one reason why I was like, fuck it, I'm going to watch it, because I saw the one thumbnail and I was like, dude,
get spoiled anyway.
That was it. Yeah. And I was like, fuck it, let's go into it. Like, this
plenty of assholes out there.
Yeah, there is, man, for sure. So yeah, dude, that's good. Can't wait to fucking play more. And if you guys haven't played Village, please play Village. And if you haven't played 7, play 7 before you play Village. You really owe it to yourself. It's fucking phenomenal. Okay, so quickly to go over it, because you know I just feel like it's at least warranted. Nintendo Switch, they released their Nintendo Switch. Nintendo has released their their financials for the Switch, at least for the fiscal year. 84.5 million Switch units sold in 45 months or 49 months.
Fucking nuts.
It's fucking insane. That's actually ahead of the Wii and the PS4 for now. In 2020, so at least in the past fiscal year, revenue is 16.59 billion. That's the highest since they peaked with the Wii in 2009. Profit is 6.04 billion. Physical sales. This is very, very interesting. Physical sales for the Switch are 57.2% of their sales.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's because the cartridges taste so good.
Yes, that's exactly why. Now, really, when you compare it to like the PlayStation 5, when they released their last financials a couple weeks ago or last week, what was it, 65-35 in favor of digital? And now the Switch is 57.2% sales that are physical. And they're obvious, and they also said they're investing heavily into research and development, nearly $1 billion. All I'll say about this is, yeah, man, obviously, you know, the obvious thing to say is that the Switch is a fucking monster. It's going to keep selling. I also mentioned this yesterday on Season Gaming, is that I don't know where Nintendo or how Nintendo can ever get past the Switch. And the reason why is because it's just we've gotten to a point where Nintendo has become synonymous with the Switch, right? Mm-hmm. I can tell my wife right now Nintendo and she'll tell me Switch without knowing a single game on it. I could tell my mother-in-law Okay, and I'm not exaggerating, dude. Like, because Switch, that's what they hear, right? It's become like it's become a household name.
Yeah, it's
Switch.
an iPad.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Nope.
So I'm completely okay with the fact that, like, if they just decide to get into, giving us like updated consoles every few years, but keeping it Switch, like, that's it. Nintendo is a Switch company, right? And we're just going to keep iterating on it and just improving it every few years, and I can honestly see that. The thing is Nintendo's not a company to rest on their laurels, so they obviously might not, we don't know, but it's larger than life where we have gotten to with this machine, and then what I'll also touch on is the games themselves. Why 57.2% of sales? Because if you really go through and you see like Switch physicals are valuable. Like, I mean, if you have a physical that's coming on the PS4, like for instance, like Limited Run, right? Limited Run. If you buy a game on PS4 and you buy the same game on the Switch, the value for the Switch games is way higher, way higher. Like if you look at like the Shantae games, for instance, the half genie hero or whatever, those are very limited, right? But one fucking game, the Pirate's Curse, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, goes for $600 on the Switch, and that's just the base version, not even the collector's edition. So I collect Switch games. You can see them like right there, I mean, and I have more, but at the same time, like, I see why Switch physicals are just valuable. They're worth more, and it's so funny too. And on top of that too, dude, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold over 10 million units in 2020.
I believe
20. They sold 10 million. Most fucking companies, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, they would fucking dream if a game in its fourth year on the market sells 10 million fucking units, let alone its first year on the market, right? You have a 10 million seller for any game that you make, bona fide hit. Bona fide hit. They're selling 10 million units, and remember, this is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This is not even the fact that we're not even taking into account the fact that this is a remaster of the one that came out on the Wii U. Mm-hmm. It's incredible, man. It's incredible. So that's really why I just don't see how they can ever get past the Switch. It's fucking crazy. But Kevin, where are you at with this? What do you think?
I just got this. This is.
What is it?
That's all clap? I got. That's all I got, man. I got nothing.
The Mario golf clap.
I got nothing, man. I mean, I'm not a huge Switch player, but man, it does great. It sells like crazy. They can sell 10-year-old games for full price, and then they're worth more when you sell them later. I mean, it's like everybody's taking a drug that I'm not. And buying this shit, but I don't know, man. Like, good for them. I want to see Nintendo thrive. I'm a sucker for their games. I buy them. I end up giving them to my stepson, who plays them more than I do, because he has actual friends for the couch co-op. That's where the system really shines, right? As couch co-op games. But I still have issues with their online and shit like that. But you know what? They're doing just fine. So keep doing it. And I would buy a Switch Pro because I'm a degenerate asshole.
Absolutely, man. Jay Games just said it too. He's waiting on that Switch Pro. Dude, we're all waiting on the Switch Pro, man. Trust me. Okay, we are. And then Game Positive too, he also said, he's like, no installs, easier to travel with the cartridges. Physical games are super appealing. Plus they hold value like crazy, which is pretty much what we were saying. I mean, yeah, man, it's amazing. Jordan, I know you're a big Nintendo Switch fan, so
Dude,
I'm sure none of this surprises you. What do you think?
No, man. The last time I played my Switch,
I know all of us.
Actually, no, it wasn't that. It was actually last week because I was playing Hades. So again, I wanted to play some more roguelites, but yeah, it's no surprise really. I remember you guys talking on Bigcast yesterday about, shame on them for releasing all these games for full price and people are still buying them, and hello, suspect number one is you, motherfucker.
Hello. That's what Ainsley told me. He's like, but you always buy them. I'm like, but I'm saying that now.
Not anymore. You heard it, folks. It's just Cool. That's great. Good for them, man. I want to play more of their games, but like I said, there's no incentive for me right now. At least not until Mario Golf comes out. But
yes, that's
yeah.
gonna be the next one. And at least like Mario Golf is new, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Hey, I think over the past few months I've kind of been getting annoyed with them, and I think it was the Mario All-Stars, that came out. Granted, I bought multiple copies of that because I do want to keep one sealed because it's going off the market, right? It's going off the market. I think it's already, so whatever's out there that's it. That's all you can get. So, and at the same time, like I obviously wanted to open one, but I'm not gonna get Zelda, and we were talking about that yesterday. I'm not gonna get Skyward Sword. Normally I would have, if I needed to, but or not even if I needed to. Normally I would just be like, you know what, man, fuck it. Normally I'd be like, yeah, fuck it. I'll get the game. Why not? Might as well just add it to the collection. But I never cared for Skyward Sword to begin with, so I have no reason if I can get it right now, even for $60. Now, if this was the Wind Waker, this is just for me. If this was the Wind Waker, no fucking question, I wouldn't even be having this conversation. But I can at least say, like, I definitely will be more selective with it because it's kind of bullshit, man. Honestly,
artificial scarcity.
If anything, artificial scarcity, and Mario All-Stars itself just really, I mean, I don't know, man. It just, again, I don't make excuses, and I know, that's how business is, and that's what they do, and of course they want their money and whatever it is, but at the same time, like, it really has, at least this past year, I've really kind of been like, yeah, I kind of see what people are saying in a sense, from that. Normally, I just fucking gobble up everything that comes out on the Switch, right? I'm like, you know what, yeah, I'm going to get it just in case, but I just don't care. Unless, like, it's something I really care for, and I really don't care for Skyward Sword, but Mike, Switch, what do you think?
Bro, why it's doing so good, I'll tell you right now. This is my thoughts and my
Tell
thoughts
me, baby.
only. So they make cartoon shows to sell toys, period.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if that was such a big idea in the industry, why exactly? Maybe because there's way more fucking children than there are adults. And so whenever you got two kids saying, hey, one mommy, I want this.
Mommy.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's the whole vibe, man. Nintendo is a very young, focused type of thing. I do get that, like, adults play on it. Fuck, I play on it. I still play Pokemon, for crying out loud. I want that new Pokemon, what is it called? Pokemon Shoot Mode.
Snap.
Yeah, Snap! Damn it. Yeah, the new one. I want that. I want that not only for myself, but for my children as well, because I feel like, oh man, I played the one on N64, like get the updated version with all the new Pokemon. It's good stuff, So it's like just kid oriented, man. That's all I got to say. Plus you got like a lot of I don't want to like, and I don't mean this in a mean way at all, but you got those casual gamers who like, they're not on their PlayStation or their Xbox all the time, and they are on the run in my car for 30 minutes here and there or what have you. But mainly, Mo, I want to say it's the kids. I got 3 kids. I got 3 Switches. I don't. I'm just saying, like, I can see that be common. You know what I mean? And that's where it is. That's
kids
pretty
love to share.
Yeah, exactly, right? But that's where I think it comes from, and they got a good thing going. Mario, not only that, the legacy that they've had. Mario, I don't want to say Sonic, but like Mario in general, Pikachu in general, it's gonna do sales. You know what I'm saying? Whether Mario's playing sports, whether he's driving cars, whatever Mario is doing, he'll make sales. Because we have passed that down to the next generation to be like, Mario is a good to go guy. Like we've been playing with Mario since we were wee lads. You're going to be playing with Mario just like I did, bro. And that's what it is. That's what I think it is, at least too.
Mario's timeless, baby. Mario's
timeless. Exactly, man. And I'll tell you, man, when I was young, I wanted a lot of action figures, bro, because of the like cartoons and shit that I watched. And it's only knowledge or like smart business like type of things. Like that's why a lot of YouTubers do Fortnite or what's the block game where you build stuff?
Minecraft.
Right, because there's more kids on YouTube than adults wanting like, to like feed their brain or whatever. So that's why everything, when they get a kill that was like 2 clips in of their gun, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I got that kill, because there's a bunch of 10-year-olds watching. They're like, yeah, dude, you're so good. You know what I mean? But that's why you focus on an audience and you kind of give them what they want, even though if like you're not into it yourself, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's what it is, man. It's the kids. You do it for the kids.
Oh, do it for the kids.
Do it for the kids, man.
Oh yeah. All right. So, fucking Nintendo, yeah, dude. Whatever.
I just want Metroid, bro.
That's good. I know, man.
I know, right?
That's a conversation I do not want to get into right now. Starting a Metroid conversation is like starting Splinter Cell with me. So let's just not do that right now, So please, yeah. Okay. So Borderlands 4. Just to quickly touch on it, I'm not as Jordan knows. I'm fairly new to Borderlands. Didn't really resonate with me as much as I wanted to, and that's because I was playing it with a group. It's not something that I played it on my own, and I'm sure it would have probably hit differently if I would have played it by myself. But apparently, Randy Pitchford did hint that Borderlands 4 is in development, and Randy Pitchford is the head of Gearbox. He's a Gearbox CEO. So he basically, this is just from Season Gaming, that he said, we're definitely working on some amazing stuff that I hope will surprise and delight you. Plug. If anyone out there has skills to pay bills and wants to get in on some Borderlands action, we're working on the big one. So,
On the big one.
What is the big one, right? One can only assume that it's going to be Borderlands 4.
Right.
Because I don't want to talk out of my ass, I can't sit here and comment or talk to you guys about like what I would expect Borderlands 4 to improve on. This is a conversation that we had yesterday, right? Because, what these guys were saying was that Borderlands 3 gameplay was perfect, story was not so much, right? And Jordan, you've also echoed those same sentiments from before. And then we were also talking about like, making sure the series doesn't get stale, has a hardcore fan base, blah, blah, blah. And then we started bringing up, like examples like God of War, for instance, right? Where like you add things to give it a new life. Doesn't necessarily have to be revolutionary. Okay. God of War wasn't revolutionary. God of War just reinvigorated the franchise and just added something new to it. Jordan, do you think that we're at the point where Borderlands needs that, or can they get away with another entry like 4?
No, good question. Yeah, I think they probably do need some sort of a refresh, and I think that would mostly have to come in a form of writing and storytelling. Because, well, I shouldn't say that entirely, because they do a great job of finding these audio logs, echo devices, they call them, as far as there's plenty of lore and backstory in the game. But maybe they need to find some other way to kind of incentivize you as opposed to chasing down another vault. I'm not sure what it'll be, because it's been a vault for the past 4 games technically. But no, other than that, like the gameplay is peak in 3. The traversal, you got sliding, you got mantling. It just runs great. It plays great. All the guns feel great. They sound great. So, yeah, I think from the biggest standpoint, gameplay is more or less perfected. And I feel that they've handled Borderlands 3 post-launch pretty darn well. I haven't experienced all of the expansion just because of time constraints. And now they have this director's cut thing that came out and introduced kind of like a new spin on gameplay, where basically you play essentially a survival mode, battle royale. You pick a spawn point with your buddies, and there's no abilities, so you have to basically find the loot on the ground and survive against AI. And then I think they put out like a director's cut with just kind of behind the scenes stuff as far as what story beats didn't survive the cutting room floor.
Sure.
But that's kind of it though. Like I said, I think the franchise has plenty of room to grow still, but I don't think it has to necessarily reinvent itself a whole lot to succeed.
So you're in the camp where it just has to do a little bit, because it's got a rabid fan base, man. I mean,
100%.
Yeah, I can't see people like just being like, "Nah, something's got to change. Fuck this." Like, I think this is definitely one of those games, one of those series that's just like, give me more, give me more. I don't care, So, yeah, I agree with you from that sense. But Kevin, what about you, man? Are you a Borderlands head, dude? I never asked you.
Sort of, kind of, I guess. I mean, I really, really think that Borderlands 1, it doesn't get better than that. And I've honestly thought that it's gone downhill since then. Like, Borderlands 1 was my favorite. Now, I know some people don't agree with that, but my only concern is, and I haven't finished Borderlands 2, and I have not played Borderlands 3. But Borderlands 1, just, oh man, it's just up there for me. It was good, but I was also, I mean, I've played it recently, and I enjoy it. I have a twisted, morbid sense of humor. I just wonder how Borderlands 3 got some shit for its writing already when it released. Do they just go with that and stick with their guns, or do they tone it back, or do you know what I mean? Like, for me personally, I love it, and it's stupid, like 12-year-old humor that I enjoy. But I know that there's a certain segment of the population that may not appreciate that. So I don't know if they do that, or if they just say fuck it and continue on with, because I mean, I don't think it would be Borderlands without that, right? To me, right? If they came out and made a toned down, watered down version of, I was trying to phrase this correctly, of Borderlands, what the hell would it be then, right? I think that's half the appeal, is the characters, the super hyper personas of these people, the stereotypes, the not PC, things that go on in Borderlands. It's just silly and stupid and crass and sometimes crude, but that's Borderlands. So I just wonder if that would be something that they've got to be considering, something like that. But Pitchfork is also kind of an asshole, so I don't think, I mean, it's not, he is, and I think in this case he's just going to keep going until he runs out of money, or gets hung out to dry by the people that don't like his product. So no, I don't know, man. I think Borderlands, another Borderlands, just built on apparently the engine improvements in the mechanical improvements in Borderlands 3 with a new story, but like Jordan said, maybe something more, even something more linear-ish, but not, because of the vaults do get kind of grindy, right? I mean, that's all you're doing. The story has kind of made it for me on these games. So we'll see. I mean, I'd fucking buy it. I bought 3. It's sitting there, and I haven't played it yet, because I'm like, I got to get through 2 before I play 3, and then I got to get through the pre-sequel. But yeah, no, I don't know, man. I agree that maybe tweaking it wouldn't be bad. But I think the humor and all that makes Borderlands, and I think they should probably keep that.
Well, that's good, man. That's interesting. It's interesting to hear it. Last thing I just wanted to mention, because we are at the end. I wasn't going to even talk about it, but basically RGG Studio, makers of Yakuza, they announced that Yakuza is going to remain, the Yakuza series is going to remain turn-based, which was very interesting. And they said that the Judgement series is going from now on to be their action series. So if nobody played Judgement, I would recommend it. They just re-released it for the Xbox and PS5, the enhanced versions. It's more of like it's in the same world, but detective. There's some detective work involved. And I was glad to see it, because I haven't played Like a Dragon yet, and I am a fan of the series. So to see that it was that because they said when they first announced Like a Dragon, they said if this doesn't work out in turn-based, then we're going to go back. We're going to revert it back to action, and they didn't do that. So now they're sticking with turn-based, which means all of the majority of the hardcore Yakuza fans are on board with this, and they're enjoying it, and that makes me want to play it even more. So usually I tend to stay away from turn-based combat, but yeah, dude, for Yakuza, I'm definitely willing to to take that chance. So I'm glad to see that, dude. You know, like it's a new realm for them. It's a new era. I fucking love it. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Anyway, yeah. So that was it, man. That's all we got for this week, guys. Jordan, my brother, thank you for joining us as always, man.
Thanks for having me again, guys. Dude, this
Always,
is so much
man.
fun hanging with y'all.
Always, man. Always. You look more clear and sound better today too, man.
How about that?
You're looking a little bit more professional here,
This
Jordan.
is courtesy of
Take those goddamn
Kevin.
take those goddamn
Excuse me, please
glasses
hold.
off. Please. Wow! I always got to do it, dude.
Yeah, Kevin sold me on a MacBook, so that's what I'm working with now.
I
So
love it,
thank you,
man.
Kevin.
You look like a MacBook owner now.
I do, right?
You definitely do, man.
Yeah.
You do look like a MacBook owner for sure. But yeah, man. Jordan, thanks for
No
coming,
problems.
man. And guys, everyone in the chat, whoever joined us, thank you guys always, honestly, every week. You guys
Yeah,
are fucking
Doom,
great.
Jay,
all you guys,
Boogie.
man.
Oh, yeah, all you cats
Thank you for
out
coming
there.
and
All you
joining
sexy
us, and
cats. Sarko.
Again, we
yes,
do it every
Dash.
Sunday. Dash, my man. Every Sunday we're here, gentlemen and ladies. If there were any ladies, I don't recall it except for lady who left earlier.
Right.
But thanks, guys, for coming with us. And Jordan, if you want to tell them where they can
Always.
find you, my friend.
Yeah. You can find me on Twitter and Xbox and soon to be PlayStation Network at Roguelite PC.
Roguelite PAC. That's right, baby. That's right. My fucking son, my multi-platform
My
gaming
fucking
son. That's right, baby. I love it. I love it. Spreading his wings. But yeah,
That's
man, that's it for us for this week, guys. Thank you again. Hopefully, we'll see you guys next Sunday night, same time, same place. And next Sunday, I might be wearing my Mass Effect helmet.
Yes.
That's
So-
excellent, Mo.
My
That
my
is
brother
excellent.
Dash did dare me to do it, so I think we might end up having. I think that'll definitely add some flair. But
Oh, yes.
anyway, yeah, man, we'll talk about Mass Effect next week, baby. So until next week, I'm Mo, Mike, Kevin, and for Jordan.
Also,
See you guys
Kevin,
later.
Peace, guys.
have a good week.
Have a good
Have a
week,
good
guys.
week, everybody.
Take it easy.